Obviously, you guys heading into this week, you needed some ACC wins to kind of help bolster your overall resume. You get the sweep. How big is a weekend like this, not only to get the wins, but have a weekend where the hitting was good, the pitching was good, and the defense made some stellar plays?
That's what we're striving for, right? As coaches, the ACC, it's tough. And, Notre Dame, they beat Wake Forest 2 out of 3. They took Clemson into 11 innings. I mean, you saw it. They'll put up a crooked number quickly. But you said it, we pitched really well. We maybe had one inning all weekend. That was a little bit of a hiccup. We played really good defense. I mean, that keeps them from getting that momentum, because once they put runners on with good hitters, they got a chance to do damage. And I just thought we made a lot of, I don't know if they're great plays, but they're darn good plays. We made a lot of darn good plays. And then, we were offensive. Eddie King is, I said he was the Chris Dominguez of 07, because Chris got really hot. Sean Moth said, maybe he's the Drew Ellis. But you need guys like that. You need guys to step up. And he doesn't have to be the only one. We got plenty of good hitters that maybe someone else is super hot in the ACC tournament. But we did a little bit of everything. So we feel like we're in a good spot heading to a really exciting college baseball tournament.
Speaking on Eddie King, when was the last time you saw a guy having a power weekend like that? Maybe since McKay?
Well, like I said, Drew Ellis in the Super Regional, Dominguez, I think, hit 7 or 8 home runs in our postseason that year in 07. So, I've seen it. You don't see it often, but, you need guys to be ACC Players of the Week, ACC Pitchers of the Week if you're going to do damage in this league. And I'll put 16 and 14. Yeah, we could have been 17 and 13. We could have been, 18 and 12. And we were 18 and 12 a few years ago. We were a 2 seed at Texas Tech. 16 and 14 in the ACC, man. 7 and 8 on the road. We were that close. I thought we were going to have a winning record on the road in the ACC. Swept what could be a regional host or a national seed, depending on what happens this weekend. So, I mean, it's I just hope our league gets the respect that it deserves, because we respect the heck out of it. We fought hard. We went through some tough times early. But like I said, we kept our head above water. And we've played a lot better. I think we're 8-4 in our last 12 games. So we're in a pretty good spot overall, with a midweek game here and there. And we're pretty good. We had that bad week last week, but we were 4-0 going into that week, or maybe, so like I said, it's 11, or it's, like I said, I'll let Steven handle the stat side, but like I said, it's been pretty darn good.
Of course, when you have a game where you launch 5 homers, that's going to get the headlines. But how big is it that Colton Hartman gave you 5 shutout innings and has really seemed to settle into that third spot in their weekend rotation over the last 2-3-ish weeks?
You brought up Brendan McKay. I think of Nick Bennett. I think of Tucker, right? Because we tried Tucker starting for Louisville as a freshman on the weekend is not. It's not easy. It's not common. But you saw the struggles Tucker went through last year and how good he looks now. And Forbes was obviously more of a position player last year. But to start for us means we think the world of you, even though you a little up and down. You saw him at Boston College. That was special. North Carolina, they roughed up a lot of pitchers this year, but to bounce back, and even when things are a little off kilt in that first inning, he doesn't panic, and it's a super talent. So we like our combination of older guys, but obviously we got some really good young guys. That was a huge start today.
Between pitching, hitting, defense, there's been some serious ebbs and flows to this season. But how pleased are you, or how optimistic are you, knowing that it seems like this week it seems that all 3 aspects seem to really be starting to getting going all at once?
That's what you need, right, to win in the postseason. Throw strikes, make routine plays, and get timely hits. And that sounds simple and easy, and we try to stress it all year. But I'll give this group credit, man. They're battle tested. They know the pride we take in the February, March, April. I mean, so we're battle tested. We're ready. But you just got to keep it simple when you go to the ACC tournament, man. As you saw today, put ACC hitters on base with the walk in the HBP, and they're going to get hits. I mean, it's just the law of average. So make them get multiple hits. be aggressive in the strike zone, make a lot of plays behind them, man. Our defense is good. And then I've always thought we were really offensive. I'd like to see double-digit hits and double-digit runs a little more often, and I'm respecting the pitching staffs from the other teams, but we've always felt like that with this lineup. So it's not going to happen, but we've done it several times this year.
You talk a lot about toughness in this program, and there, kind of as a little bit was mentioned, tough start to the year, maybe wasn't the way you wanted it to go. There've been some tough moments, 0-4, last week, and this team just hangs in and never gets down. Even you can fall behind in games, come back. Would that be one of the things that you maybe admire most about this group of kids?
We talk about it a lot, man. In college baseball, and especially in the ACC, man, you get knocked to the canvas, and we got knocked to the canvas a handful of times this year. Man, we got back up every time, After a tough Clemson game, we bounced right back. After a tough Virginia game, we bounced right back. I thought we were going to do it at North Carolina. Tough North Carolina game, we're in position to bounce right back, and we just don't do enough. We're 1 or 2 hits away, but we've done that all year, And again, to me, that's a battle-tested team that could go into the postseason and do damage.
Speaking of which, what is the message heading to the team heading into the postseason, where Louisville's kind of sitting on that bubble for the NCAA tournament?
You can only play the game. Our resume speaks for itself, but we believe we can go to the ACC tournament, and the unique format it is, right? We have to go 2-0 in our pod. So let's see who we're playing on Tuesday, and let's prepare to play good baseball. And if you come out on top, you're 1 win away from advancing to the semifinals, and I think the farthest we've ever gone in the ACC tournament was when we were like a 6th seed, So, and you see it every year, So, let's have a good practice before we go down there, and let's just play. We can't worry about what everybody else thinks about us. I'll promote our team somewhat. I'll let Steven write up some good numbers about us, but I'm glad we're in the ACC, and again, 16-14 in the ACC. Hey, I'll take it.
How's Isaac? He took a pretty hard hit on that outfield wall.
Yeah, Isaac, he plays hard, and I give our outfield a lot of credit because I demand a lot from them because I know they're capable of being great, and there are many times it's a great outfield, and where I think it shows up is in the postseason. I think it's always showed up in the postseason how well our outfield has played. So as long as they don't mind me pushing them to be their best, they've responded. All 3 of them, if you talk about Benson, Eddie, and Isaac at all different times, man, they've responded. So like I said, I just think we're battle tested, man. We're ready.
Awesome. Well, another 2-homer day for you. What got into you this weekend? What allowed you to just go on this absolute power tear against Notre Dame?
Just trying to stay simple, just trying to be locked in, put up runs for my team, but just trying to catch the barrel, and just let it take off for me.
Was there something different maybe you tweaked in your mechanics or approach heading into this weekend?
Maybe, the most I've thought about was maybe not trying to hit everything to the right field. I obviously can pull the ball a little bit here and there, so that's about it.
Given the status of Louisville, being on the NCAA tournament bubble, how big is it for you guys to be able to pull off a sweep over Notre Dame and get those much-needed ACC wins?
Very big. We need as many ACC wins as we can, just for a ACC tournament and also the NCAA tournament.
And how much momentum do you think that? Of course, the draw's not out yet.
Right.
But how much momentum do you think they'll give you guys heading into Charlotte next week?
I think it's a lot of momentum it's going to give us. Just getting hot at the right time is very big. So I think it'll give us a lot of momentum.
And of course, this has been a team where throughout a lot of the year, the pitching has kind of had ups and downs, but over the last 2-3 weeks, for the most part, the starting rotation is starting to come together. The bullpens looked a lot better. As a hitter, how much does it kind of ease up on you guys knowing okay, we don't have to put up double-digit runs every time?
It makes us feel really good as hitters because it, like you said, it just takes pressure off of us. So we can not sit back and relax since we obviously have a job to do, but it just takes that pressure off of us. But we still have to do a job.
Can you talk a little bit about that? The relay where you guys cut the run down at home, when you're looking for Alex out there, and just kind of how that play unfolds for you when, Isaac basically runs everything down, it seems like, in a gap, but, you're able to pick it up, stay focused, and find Alex there, it looked like.
I thought Isaac was going to catch that. He catches everything out there. So, but once I saw him not catch it, obviously I have to be there as a center fielder. So I just try to turn around, hit my target, and let it play from there.
As you do look forward to Charlotte, what's the mindset of this team in terms of, how you're playing right now? Tough week last week, obviously, but before that, you guys had, won 8 of 11. You sweep this week, playing a lot of good baseball, and have to feel real confident.
Yeah, we definitely feel confident as a team. The offense, the hitters, we all feel really good right now, so that's really huge for us. And then the pitchers seem like they're getting it all. Like, what they need to do, it seems like they're just, shoving it in the zone. So, that's all we can ask for.
Has there been a time throughout your career, whether it was high school or, anything else where, summer ball or anything, where you've been on a heater at the plate like this? I mean, that's 6 in 4 games, 4 straight with a homer. Have you ever felt like you were on a heater like this before?
Definitely my freshman summer. I hit 16 home runs that summer, so I've had games where I just kept hitting home runs, had some 2 home run games. High school, I don't know if I had 2 home run games, but I had a 4-game stretch where I just hit a home run in each of those games. So, yeah, it's happened before.
All right.
Going back to your defense, with you being more so known for your prowess of the plate and speed, talk a little bit more about the defense and how that's probably maybe an underrated aspect of your game.
Coach, he really emphasizes shutting down one defense, I should say. That's a big part of our game. We practice defense a lot. We even have a practice dedicated to defense. So it's just having that mindset that defense wins games. That's the mindset we have to have.
Have you been able to learn anything from playing between, you do have the benefit of playing between 2 other really good defenders out there. So what have you been able to glean off of those guys and learn anything that helps you, or that maybe that you've imparted on them, that as you guys are able to help each other maybe in practice or things like that?
Definitely playing with JT and Isaac, that takes a little bit off of me. I mean, obviously I want to try to catch everything I can, but just knowing them 2 are out there, it gives me a little confidence boost. So it's just really nice to have those 2.
Awesome. Another good performance. I mean, that's 2 out of the last 3 that you've been really, really good out there. And obviously the strikeout numbers were up today, and you had them off balance. Curveball looked like it was like that was really working for you. Can you just talk a little bit about your performance and just how you were feeling and what you think was working the best for you?
Yeah, so after that first inning, I kind of settled in, and then off speed started coming to life, and that changeup really helped me, just like last 2 weekends ago at Boston College. So just once I got my off speed working, it all came together and worked out pretty well for me.
What have these last few weeks been like for you, starting to settle into that 3rd spot in the rotation?
It's been good, a cool experience. I mean, I'm really close with Kangora and Webster, so they've been helping me out a lot with sequencing stuff and just talking me through how to handle it. So it's been good.
With the regular season now in the rearview mirror, what do you think is the biggest jump in your game since day 1 of the season?
I'd say definitely my changeup. Didn't throw it that often in the early season, but recently it's been really well for me. So.
As you made the transition from high school to college, has it been kind of what you thought it would be, or how has it been different if it has been different?
I mean, it's definitely been more challenging than high school, obviously, but it's kind of stick with the same approach as you're going through. You don't want to have a different mindset. You just want to be confident on the mound and work through your outings. So.
How big is a weekend like this for you guys? Not only where you pull off the sweep and get those needed ACC wins, where you have a pretty complete performance between the pitching staff, the hitting, and some of the defensive plays out there.
It's huge. I mean, like I said 2 weeks ago, it shows what our pitching staff can do, and also the offense came alive this weekend. So it was good to see some guys that were hitting homers. Eddie and McCoy and all those guys. So it's cool.
Make your life a lot easier. Just feel a little more comfortable out there when the guys are out there putting up a lot of runs, and you can just kind of relax a little bit.
Yeah, definitely gives a pitcher more confidence when you have a lot of runs behind you. So.
What do you think a weekend like this does for your confidence and momentum, as the team as a whole, as you guys head into Charlotte next week for the ACC tournament?
I think it definitely shows that we can beat an ACT team not only once, twice, but 3 times. So it definitely gives us good confidence headed into this tough week. So.
Awesome.